Hello. So in the previous video I was showing you a simple way to just get you started drawing by dragging some lines and making birds out of it. And I so much enjoyed making these birds. I thought maybe make another one and just make a draw along, draw with me video with just using simple techniques in Procreate to get you started drawing. I'm gonna use a wet sponge to just fill in the background, and I mostly use like kind of a yellow tint and just get rid of the blank page. Then we create another layer. I'd love to use dry ink, and I'm using a gray color, and I'm just gonna drag randomly some lines just to get out of our head and just start drawing. And then we can make birds out of it. 1, 2, 3. All right. So now we're gonna connect them together to create a... It almost doesn't fit here, but the selection tool freehand we can change so we have more space to make birds out of them. I let them in place because we can change like the direction of them facing, but I think it's more of a challenge to keep them like this. Let's create a beak so we know what way they're facing. Probably, I don't know, some kind of this. So now this one is upside down because the eye is gonna be here and here. So now we're gonna draw the legs. Well, the first one is easy. We could just draw the legs straight down. Maybe this one has another leg like bended. All right. This one is a very hard one because it looks like the other so very dramatic, like laying on his back, which makes it very funny as well though. So I think we keep it that way. This one I'm not sure right now. Maybe it's kneeling or sitting. Maybe this one is sitting and we're just having him like yeah, this could be something. So next is the belly feathers. And I love to give them some hairs or other head feathers, whatever it may be. But so they look nice and add some nice touch to it. So now it's a sketch. We're gonna make the neat lines above it, so it decreases the opacity of the sketch. And then we're gonna trace how we like to have them to be. Maybe this one. So here you can make some adjustments if you don't like the way they look. You can all give them like a different hairstyle or hairdo. To give them some personality here. So I love them to have, they have like wings, right? Like that. And then I love to add another line just to make it more like sketchy, but that's a style you prefer or not. I love to have it like a little bit loose and not too rigid. Sometimes I just need to do it again to get the right look. So some lines we can make a little bit thicker. Depends on your preference. Or maybe the upper leg a little bit. And now comes the fun part, which is coloring in. I love this part. You're gonna make the line a reference layer. Alright, a brown bird or orange. Some blue, green. Alright. And then another warmer yellowish color maybe. I make a new layer for the bellies, the chest, and I'm just gonna fill in by hand. And now one of the techniques I use to add some shading and highlights. I'm not sure what color we're going the beaks to give, so we just start with the shading. We create another layer and in clipping mask, so we only draw on the bird. And I'm gonna use Signet, still don't know how to pronounce that, to add some texture here and there. What I love about using just one gray color is just to keep it simple. I don't have to think about what color I use for shadowing. It's about just coloring here. And then, because of Procreate is having this option, which is very nice, we can use different blending methods. So we come here, it's automatically on normal blending mode, but we can use other blending modes like color burn, darker, multiply. So you can just search around and find your favorite one. And I think in this drawing we're not gonna be for the lighter one. If you haven't seen my previous video, check it here. It's kind of the same video, but just different birds, different colors. Maybe I'll make another video on this one because I really love this kind of darken. Multiply is nice maybe. I'm just gonna create another layer on clipping mask and I'm adding like a lighter gray here. But what I wanted to say is that I just love to have easy, simple ways to just create something you like. I mean, you can make fish, for example, or other animals. Name a few, I don't know which one. But we can just play here without having the pressure of making something very nice. We can just play around with the settings. And that's one of the things I love about modern technology. We can create anything. And we can erase. I don't want to say like using paint or pen and paper is not good, because I love to have like a real piece of paper and aqua markers I've been drawing with, or just simple pencil or pen. But this gives us so much opportunities, and I'd like for people who are into drawing, feeling it like less intimidating. Because when I started the first time with all these layers, I was like, I don't want to work with layers, I just want to draw, you know. So I didn't know the advantages of having layers, and just just the way you can select and deselect and do, redo, undo. So yeah, that's really nice. So now we can just play with blending modes, which we cannot apply with a pen on paper. Of course there's different like painting techniques, but it's very different to this. So Maybe this time we use a lighter color from above. Add is nice, but let's just lower the opacity a little bit. And we're gonna add some more here. So sometimes I just try something and then by mistake something works out like really nice, and then I love how it worked out, and then I'm using that in the next drawing. So yes, I very, very much love digital drawing now. I only recently used Signet because I was focusing so much on making brushes and other brushes people made. And I was like, when I was making these videos, let's keep it simple. Just stick with the basic Procreate brushes because they are enough for just drawing. The beaks, what color are we making them? Let's make them on a different layer so we can adjust them easily. Maybe let's have them a very bright pink. I still have. So let's see how that turns out. Oh, it is good, it is good. So there's still something missing here. The cheeks, the little cheeky cheeks. Let's not do hard airbrush, but the Signet. Yes, that looks nice. We can lower the opacity, of course, or let's change the hue, the color. Ooh, hard to tell. But here again, we can just play around and see what we love. Because now it turns out more purple. And of course it depends on the color below. Color you're using, how it turns out. You know, your brain makes like different, but that's another topic. Maybe the chest, the belly. The belly needs something extra. These things. So we're gonna use another layer, set it to clipping mask. We go to materials and we're gonna try something. Sawtooth. Oei, I don't think so. Ferno, what is it? Ooh. Whoa. Yeah, maybe. Noise brush, nice too. I love noise. Add some noise. Old skin. Whoa, don't like it. Rough skin. Zombie skin. Wow, okay. Rosette. Rosette, I love. Alright, this looks nice. So here you see, like, I'm just trying different settings. And now, the last video, we had some nice spikes here. Where were they? Spicule on the abstract. Let's make it a color, we can adjust later. We just randomly add some spikes here, but then we use the blending option to color dodge, add. Color dodge is maybe better, add is too much. We lower the opacity a little bit because otherwise it will be too much. And then I think it is a nice result, right? Coffee is cold, but thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one.